Doing some work on the white car, as you can see here. Don't normally film a lot of working on the cars, not these cars anyway, because it's usually maintenance stuff, and there's plenty of other videos for that kind of thing. But I will point out a couple of things, because I had a couple of issues with this white car just because it's so old. So forever I was chasing a misfire problem, and we can see it now. I was going to film it before, but you just can't see shit because of the engine bay on these cars. But see, my car's got coil on plug, and one of the issues was I had a bad coil. So these are the coils just here. Only like the later cars have these, but this has been converted. Somehow this is a 99. Normally there's a coil pack sits there, but somebody's converted this to coil on plug before I got it. But what happened was I changed the coil, and then I continued to have an issue. And it turns out I ended up having two bad coils. One of them had a broken clip. And if you have a misfire with these cars, and they've got the coil on plug, check the connections first. That's usually what it's going to be. And then if it's not, it might be a bad coil, or like the clip where not the actual plug, but where it clipped onto the coil was broken on one of them. And then the other was just a bad coil. What I'm doing now is we're about to go on holidays, and forever this car has had it's made like a burning oil smell. Which after a while it really sort of bugs my wife. So I've been trying to chase down the problem. The valve cover gaskets were actually weeping a bit, so I fixed those, but then it continued to have the issue. And what I think it was this power steering, this one here, the power steering return pipe was leaking in this rubber section. I actually thought it was the feed, so I've gone and pulled the feed off. Turns out that wasn't it, and it was actually the return. Now, if you can see here, it looks a bit wonky. I've actually used a return, I think it's from a Forester or something, but down here it's all the same, which is what really matters. So got that working. All this will be covered up when I put the inlet pipe back in. But I guess I can give you a look at this. That's a VF28 turbo. Oh yeah, down there, VF28. Front mount intercooler setup. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, so to get to... Oh yeah, there's a good tip. For working on these cars, a crate, and then you put your rug on the top of the engine and you lie on the engine to get to the back of the turbo manifold. But I had to pull the headers off. These are my factory headers, and then I've got I guess it's a 2.5 or a 3-inch stainless up pipe. These are ported a little bit. Not that it makes that much difference, but yeah, they're sort of ported out just here, and then down in here they're ported as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change them out for some headers I was running previously. So I had these on the TD05 20G, and they worked really, really good. I thought I had an exhaust leak, so I swapped them out. But right now I've just got some heat wrap, and I've got to... This part sometimes contacts the ground, so I'm going to sort of heat wrap from here round to here and then just wire it off. And the way I do that is with stainless steel wire. So I've got that here. If you've never heat wrapped a pair of headers, you soak your heat wrap in a bucket of water and it helps it expand. Use gloves. I should be wearing a long sleeve shirt, but I'm going to put up with the itchiness and or going to try not to touch it. Use gloves because you get all the... They say it's titanium, but it's actually like fiberglass wrap. So we're going to wrap that up. seal it off, and then put it in. Put the pipe up first, put the headers on, and join them just here. And you can see here, these are actually equal length, this side same as that side, but they fit with the 2-litre sump. But I really need to wrap this area because this is where the oil filter sits. So shame about this dent, but they do actually hang down quite low, these headers. I need to replace my shocks so that doesn't hit the ground. So that's that. I've done a couple of things with the blue engine, so I'll show you. Here's the blue engine all covered up. So one thing was I had to join the IACV pipe to here. I just got an elbow because my pipe didn't come with the original elbow. And then I squeezed this hose on here. Just working out the fuel line situation still. It's a case of finding a fitting for down here and then working out how I'm going to run the lines, and then got to run the breathers for the cam covers to here, and then probably time to put the clutch on. I've got to get some heat wrap for this exhaust. I did contemplate putting these Sims headers on the white car. Those ones over there hang down a bit lower. But I was talking to a guy, Cameron, and he said because these go, you can't quite see it at the back here, but they go from 2 into 1. They call it a 1.5 scroll. So it's kind of like a twin scroll, except they just join into one up at the back here. Whereas these guys, they're 4 into 1. So a little bit different. But that white car is not going to be a performance car anyway. That's my daily. It just needs to be reliable and not stink. So there we go. Just a little update. Thank you for watching.